It's time to own our power. It's time to own our potential. And it's time to own our own shit and to look around in ourselves and to look around at our life. And where are we victimizing ourselves? Where are we contributing to our own chains? Because here's what I know from looking around my life and the situation that I'm in is that some of it is not my fault, but the fallout becomes my responsibility. When I look back over the last 2 to 3 years, I can see key moments where if I'd chosen something different, or if I just had the strength or the capacity to get up and choose something different, my life would look very different right now. And yet this situation, it is what it is. There are so many people. The world is heavy right now. It is time for us to own our power or lose our future. It is time to activate our warrior hearts, to be in our own experiences, to be not just passive in our own lives, in our own stories, to not just settle for anything less than we are worthy of, than we are allowed to have, and that we are capable of having. If you woke up today, there are so many people who are no longer here and who would have loved or fought to have been here. And yet I know so many people who are just existing, who are just surviving their life, and that's fine. If that's you and you want to do you and you're satisfied with that, then this message isn't for you. This is for people who want more from their life. You may not know how to do it. You may not even know where to turn. But you know that when you sit with yourself, or you look at yourself in the mirror, or you look at your life, or you look at those that you love, that you go, this is not it. I don't know what, you might not even know what comes next, but just that feeling. And you might be done with your own shit. You might be like, you know what? I'm done being this person. I'm done having this life. Or you might be in a situation where your back is up against the wall and your shit is done with you. Whether it's your health, your relationships, your finances, your career, your housing situation, whatever your thing is. I can look around and speak into the overwhelm of the world right now. The instability, the exhaustion, the fear, the rising AI, the rising cost of living. There is so much externally that many of us have a reason to feel the weight of the world. And yet, if you are listening to this in a Western country or in Australia, you have more privilege and more resources and more capacity than other people in other parts of the world. This isn't to diminish what you're going through. What it is to call it out, for us to take responsibility for what we can do, what we are capable of, and what we are settling for. And again, if you're settling, you do you. That's all good. I'm not here to settle. I know the pain of living with unfulfilled potential, unfulfilled desires, but also having my back to the wall, where I am facing housing insecurity, financial insecurity, food insecurity. And because I put my heart and belief and vision and effort into one direction that's now not working out, and I put everything into it because I didn't have much left over. And statistically, I have every reason to not exist as the person that I am, to have the story that I am. If statistics were to be believed of who I should be based off of where and who I was born to and where I was born, but also what I have experienced, the statistical improbability of me being this person with this story at this point in time, but also with the next level vision and dreaming that I have on my heart, is 1 in a billion. And I'm going to take that, because if I take that, that means I've already won the lottery. And I want that for you too. I want you to, if you are not waking up every day, 70% of the time, with purpose in your heart, with going, oh my God, it's good to be alive, and knowing that your day has purpose and meaning. You're not just surviving your day. It's like, oh, I can't be fucked today, or I'm just going to roll back over. Nah, I'm not here for it. If your life is less than 70% of going, you know what? I'm here. I'm doing the thing. I'm living my life. I'm not just surviving my life. Let's do something about it. It is the 12th of December, 2020. And it's at this time of the year that most people just go, I'm ready to just let the year go. Whether that's because you've had a big year and you're ready for some rest and play, or you're just ready to slow down you just want some peace and quiet, or you're just ready to check out because this year has been a hard year. And it's been hard because of what's happened externally, and it's been hard because the things you said to yourself at the start of the year, or the things you said you were done with last year, you repeated those patterns. You're still in the same situation. You're repeating the same story, the same complaints, the same shit. But you don't, and this isn't about hustling. It's about refusing to settle for a life that is less than the one that you desire, less than the one that you are worthy of, and less than the one that you are capable of. This is about activating our warrior hearts and what we choose to do in the next 20 days. Yes, even on Christmas Day, where we can choose to show up, and rather than looking at what we don't have or all the rush and the pressure that we put on ourselves to do the cooking, to do the hosting, whatever it is, to be grateful and move from love for what is there in front of you, to love those that are in your life, and even those that are no longer in your life or who you wish were there, you can send them love. And you can do one thing in that day to align with the future that you want, or the Christmas that you want to have in 2026. We have the power and the potential to create now, to end 2025 on our terms, and to lay the foundations for 2026 to be a powerful foundational year for what we want to come next. January will reward us with what those of us who are willing to get up and do something now. This is about using the downtime that we have to work on the things that we don't usually have time for during the rest of the year. To start that side hustle, to start that business, to start to look at our life and start to take stock and go, where am I and who am I? And is that aligned? Does it speak to my heart? Does my life have purpose and meaning? Do I have confidence in myself? Now, the version of confidence that I use is that from Erica Kramer. And confidence is self-trust. Do you trust yourself to show up? Do you trust yourself to be a part of your own experience? And courage is to speak the truth of one's heart. It's not about not feeling fear. It's not about not being afraid. And it's not about not failing either. It's about going, the truth in my heart is worth fighting for. And the reason the heart is such a big part of this is because it bypasses ego and it bypasses trauma. Because survival mode is not meant to be a destiny. For many of us, we were born into systems and stories and cycles that we inherited, or that were thrust upon us because of where we were born or who we were born. And yet we don't have to settle. There are stories and examples globally, both living right now, but also big people in history who refuse to settle for their life circumstances, where their circumstances might have been imprisoned or slavery or stolen generation. And they had every reason to just lay down like the rest of everyone else and accept it. And they refused. And they said, you know what? This is on me. I'm going to do something about it. And their heart and their spirit stayed focused on what they were fighting for, on who they were becoming. Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison. Uncle Lionel Rose, the boxer in Australia. So many examples of people who became the change in the world for themselves first. And then by virtue of getting up and becoming who they were, they changed the world around them. That's the thing. Some people hold a vision for changing the world, or they're so overwhelmed by the state of the world that they do nothing, or they're frozen. I want to challenge you to think of it like this and invite you. What if you did the best you could with what you had from where you are and who you are right now? You don't try to change the world or save the world. Instead, you focus on saving yourself. You focus on becoming the most powerful version of yourself, the healthiest version of yourself, healing your wounds, handling your shit, and waking up to the life that you have created for yourself. And it's not about big grand gestures. What if it was just about building a new identity, settling your nervous system, and breathing into and building the belief that you can, that you are worthy, and that you are allowed to become that version of yourself. And you started to work on yourself and work in yourself by regulating your nervous system, taking responsibility, looking at the reality of your life, not to hide from it, but also not to become overwhelmed or lost in it, but to go, okay, that's a thing that's there. And what am I going to do about it? But not from a place of scarcity or survival, but from a place of taking responsibility because you want better for yourself. Because we get to decide whether we want to survive the world that we have, or we want to spend our lives living and creating a world that is aligned to our sovereignty, that is something that we would want our children or our grandchildren to inherit. If we could give our daughters, our children, whoever you are listening to this, if you could give someone that you loved a different experience, a different beginning, and if you removed all of the blocks, all of the I need this before I can do this, or the idea of perfectionism, or needing to know everything. What if who you are right now and what you've already done is enough to get started? What would that look like? And at the end of the day, if nothing changed, could you be satisfied with the life that you have? Does the life that you hold and who you are still hold magic? Is it still worth loving? Is it still worth living rather than surviving? Because if you don't write your own life, your life will write itself. And there's a cost of not showing up. So I'm going to speak, and what I say now might upset a few people, and I'm okay with that. If you are not showing up in your own life because of fear of what other people will say, if you are not showing up in your life because of imposter syndrome, if that's a thing you believe in, or because you're scared about what other people will think, or you're scared of being vulnerable, you're scared of failing, if you showing up and speaking your truth doesn't put you at a safety risk, then you are being a victim. You are creating your own victimhood. You are more privileged. You can afford to stay silent because your fear of being disliked, your fear of being vulnerable means you have more resources than a lot of other people. But some of us don't have the luxury of shrinking. Some of us don't have a backup plan. Some of us literally have our back to the wall, where if we don't get up and do something, if we don't get up and own our shit, but also if we don't get up and start to live our lives and move differently, our kids are going to become collateral damage to that. We're going to end up homeless or displaced, or in 5, 10, 20 years, we're going to face the very real consequences of not getting up and showing up now, right here, right now, this moment. It doesn't matter what has happened. If you are alive right now, you can do something to change your life. It's just a matter of will you. It's not a matter of can you. It's a matter of will you. And it's no longer a matter of trying. It's like, I'm doing this thing. I'm going to become the person that I want to. And there's the duality between rest and responsibility, because for me right now, I don't have the resources to take a holiday. My circumstances right now is that the business that I thought I would have, the job that I thought I would have for at least another 12 months is non-existent. I'm the founder of the Kilana Foundation. We have no funding. We have a notice to vacate. It is the only space in Mildura that does what we do and who we serve. And yet I've had 3 grant applications come back with a no this week. I've had radio silence on about 4 or 5 of the conversations that were said, yep, let's have a conversation. They haven't come back yet, or they're not responding. They're ghosting me. I invited my community to come together to discuss what the future is. No one came through the door. And I can sit in my heartbreak because I've put 5 years of my life into this. My family have sacrificed for this. I've put my own financial income into this. I've put my own business income into this. I've put my own time and expertise into building this space, this award-winning program that has seen over 300 young people come through our doors, national and international experiences, young people getting into university, starting businesses, getting jobs, finishing school with the support and access that Kilana has provided. And yet, if we don't get some funds through the door, in the next 2 weeks, we close our doors. But alongside that, I also have the responsibility of how do I take care of my family? I haven't been working on my own business and generating the income and building a sustainable business where there are booked jobs, there's sustainable income coming in. So I'm dealing with the very real consequences of being singular-mindedly focused on Kilana and not also ensuring that myself and my family are sustainable as well. And I wish I had the resources and the luxury of just going, you know what, the 20th of December, I get to take it off. I get to take 2, 3, 4 weeks off to just be with my kids, enjoy Christmas. I don't even know how I'm going to put Christmas presents under the Christmas tree. And yet, you know what? I still have a home. My kids are alive. My kids are healthy. We'll figure it out. We'll get it done. But I know that I don't want to repeat this year again. I don't want to be repeating them being unorganized, not having a strategy that is simple enough for me to follow and not get overwhelmed, to making excuses, to justifying my own patterns and my own bullshit. And like I said, my back is to the wall. There is no backup plan. This is it. I'm it. There's no one coming. It's just me. This is me activating my warrior heart in real time and sharing that journey with you. And building a business that is a lifestyle business, building a business that is off of the back of my story and my lived experience. And the thing is, but you can choose to rest, and you can still choose to rise as well. You can be with the family and still not abandon your purpose, or setting 2026 up for success by what you do with the rest of 2025. You can honor your family, you can still have downtime and playtime and rest, and you can still take action. The choice is up to you. And this is about responsibility and accountability to own our shit, our voice, our decisions, our fears, our patterns, our potential, our impact. And I'm rising. Nothing's polished, but I'm committed, I'm convicted, finding my courage, and there is no more shutting down. There is no more making excuses. This is all heart, and this is all warrior spirit fighting for something that is bigger than myself, but something that is worth having as well. And this is my activation. No support, limited support network. People watching the journey but not offering to help or walk with us. I've got children depending on me. I've got a book waiting to be written. I've got a Black Belt World Championship journey that is calling me. I want to impact thousands, if not millions of people. I want to build a business that is a multi-million-dollar personal brand business so that I can live the lifestyle that I want, fund generations of my family and their legacy, fund the change I want to see in the world. Not just do it, but fund it and be it. I want Kilana to be a national, if not a global program, Warrior Heart to be a global business, a global movement, and it will be those things. Because here's what I know about purpose. Purpose is what happens in others when you show up as yourself. If you have a vision to change the world, or you want to impact others, you want to empower others, do it by doing it for yourself first. And that starts with going, what am I going to do now? How am I going to use? Because you are needed. Warrior hearts are needed now more than ever. Too many people are tapping out. The level of violence is rising. The level of insecurity is rising. And the level of the attacks on women's rights, Indigenous movements, the backpedaling of governments, the contradictions of things, the level of unemployment, the changing of the income market, that less than 1% of the world have billionaire status. Like, what does one person need that much wealth from? I'm all for millionaires, but billionaires should not exist when we have this level of disparity and poverty and the gap in the world. I'm not here for it. But I'm also not here to sit back and just wait for someone to say yes to the grant, to say yes, they'll sponsor me or invest in me. I'm out here making sure that I'm ready, that I'm becoming the person that is investment ready, that is sponsorship ready. But I'm also being a part of my own. I'm sponsoring myself. I'm investing in myself. I'm activating myself. And that is available to you as well. But also, just quietly, I want you to stop. If you're still here, I want you to stop and take a moment to breathe and just regulate your nervous system. Breathe in through your nose, hold, and then breathe out through your nose into your stomach, just for a minute. And then take a second to look around your physical space. How are you feeling right now? How is your body feeling? Where are you right now? Do you feel safe? Are you in survival mode? Are you burnt out? Are you self-abandoning for this toxic sense of obligation of what love and family and relationship looks like? Are you denying your own desires, the things that call you, the things that wake you up, the things that give you energy? Because when you are in alignment with your truth, with your power and your purpose, you don't need batteries and you don't need discipline, because you just figure shit out and you just get up and get it done. And I can say that with conviction because I am someone who has done that. I am someone who has won 3 world titles, started a business, funded not only my own international career, but my daughter and my ex-husband's as well, whilst being the sole and sometimes main income earner for my family, while studying and starting a business. And at one point competing in not 1 but 2 international sports at the same time. Who misses out? Who loses if you don't share your story, if you don't activate your potential? What are the consequences for those that you love? Who misses out if you don't show up and own your shit? Who becomes collateral damage? Who gets hurt by your excuses, by your victim mentality? Who carries the consequences beyond you if you keep the status quo? But who wins now if you show up? Who becomes a beneficiary? What legacy will you leave behind? What movements will you create? Who will see you and see themselves in your story and your experience? When you speak up, who else's story do they get to say, me too, when you show up and do your thing? Empowerment, identity, purpose, cultural leadership, sovereignty, self-mastery. Don't leave the ending of this year to chance. Live it with intention. Use it to activate yourself, and January will thank you. January will reward you for what you do now, whether it's for your health, your family, your finances, cleaning out that room you've been avoiding, getting the car fixed, doing that job around the house that's just been weighing on your mind. For me, I'm starting with a clean slate. All the open tabs, all the old projects, they're gone. I'm just starting fresh with what I have right here. It's my kids, it's me, and it's what's in front of me. If something is meant to follow me or continue, it is only things that serve my power, that serve my potential, that have my well-being, my peace, and my purpose in mind. If it doesn't honor, value, respect, and contribute, and there is not a relationship that is reciprocal, it doesn't belong in my life, and I'm owning that unapologetically. Because it doesn't have to be big, grand gestures. It's what we do day to day that creates the life story that we have. It's the small moments where our kids feel seen and heard that make them feel loved. This is all available. One decision, one action, one truth spoken, one boundary kept, one moment of courage. Your life is not up for negotiation. Your dreaming is not seasonal. And your power is not accidental. We get a choice in this. What world are you choosing to create, and what part of you must rise to build it? Because this is the thing. This isn't 5 or 10 years down the track. I'm building this and living this right now because my back is against the wall. And my baseline, what I've created and survived and become from my baseline of my kids never being hungry or homeless, and me never being hungry or homeless, if this is the life and the person I can become when that's my baseline, what happens when I raise my standards and my baseline? What happens when I just go all in and go, there is no plan B, this is it. But what I create next isn't from scarcity, it's from truth, it's from alignment. It's from that thing that activates me and I simplify it. It's not about making things more complex. This is for the warrior hearts who need this right now. You are needed in the world. And if you are feeling done with your own shit, or your shit is done with you and your back is to the wall, come and join me in the Warrior Heart community. We can walk this journey together. We can ensure that our dreaming, our steps, our actions, and who we become is guided by our heart, our truth, our power, and our dreaming. Because if you woke up today, your life has a bigger purpose and meaning than even you can begin to imagine. Your warrior heart is needed. And whenever you are hearing this, now is the best time. Yesterday was the best time. Now is the next best time to change your life, to change the world by showing up, owning your shit, and just learning to be yourself in the world. Come home to yourself, activate your warrior heart, and see what changes around you. Big love you, mob.